In today's Idea of the Day, I'd like to talk a little bit about how and why today's news media is unreliable. I mean, it's really unreliable. I mean, it's not even close to being reliable. You could trust certain news sources. You might say, oh, well, I trust ABC or NBC or CBS or whatever groups that you might think is trustworthy. But the truth of the matter is, it's not reliable. Because even if you can specifically say that you know that Lester Holt or any individual reporter or anchor is potentially trustworthy, you don't necessarily know that you could trust their sources. And their sources don't necessarily know if they could trust their sources. And it goes down the line. Because this is how today's news media is produced. This isn't the 1920s anymore, where a cub reporter had to hit the pavements and really dig to get a story. Today's reporters are inherently lazy, and they're looking for ideas in every possible way they can find them. And what happens is, somebody who's trying to plant a story, fictional or not, all they have to do is manipulate a low-grade blogger. Just get one low-grade blogger to do some story about some rumor they might have heard or whatever it may be. Now, that little blogger will potentially be read by almost nobody, but there are some reporters that do scans for keywords through Google, and they're looking for any news story that, let's say, has to do with X or Y or Z, and they then pick up that little blog thing, and maybe they write for a bigger blog. So now you got a blogger who will now quote a low-grade blogger. So you got a mid-grade blogger, he will quote the low-grade blogger. And now that mid-grade blogger might be on the radar of one of the major networks. And what the major networks would do is they don't necessarily have to do any fact-checking, although they obviously should, and they're supposed to. But all they need to do is that when they report the story, they'll say, well, their rumor has it that such and such a thing happened according to such and such blog. We have no way to confirm it. So now this large-scale news organization is off the hook because they didn't go out of their way to say this is true. They just said, well, we've heard that this is happening. We heard, because of this other website, which basically puts that website on the hook if something wasn't right. But that guy was only quoting the guy below him, and the guy below him might have been quoting some unknown source. So what happens is the news media essentially gets off the hook. They're never going to get in trouble for reporting something. It's sort of like the old joke that says, well, you put a mic in somebody's face and say, well, have you stopped beating your wife? And what does the guy say? Well, they say, no. That means you're still beating your wife? Yes. Rumors are rumors. So anytime somebody's reporting a rumor, they're off the hook. They say, well, we've heard speculation that such and such happened, and they put the mic to somebody's face. Would you confirm or deny that such and such? And it's just as newsworthy for a news site to say, well, Donald Trump denies rumors that he once had, relationship with a monkey. And that's all it takes. You are saying, well, I'm just reporting the rumor. Because you heard it from this blogger, who heard it from that blogger. So the reality of it is, don't trust everything you read in the media. And unfortunately, there's no answer. Today's Idea of the Day is more of an awareness thing because there is no solution for this problem unless you're looking to actually learn how to manipulate the media. And if that's the case, I gave you a nice little lesson. And that's today's Idea of the Day. So that's it. That's today's Idea of the Day. Yeah, some of them are better, I got to admit. But if you really want to see a new idea each day, some of them are going to be good, some of them are going to suck. What are you going to do? Subscribe and visit ideaoftheday.com.